Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the week of December 18th, actually through January 1, 2024. This is a 2-week reading because I will be away the last week of December, and I want to make sure that I get a good year-end reading in for you. And we will resume weekly readings again in January. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. If you find that these readings resonate with you, please consider subscribing to the channel, give it a like, and leave me a comment, because I always like to know how I did. And if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. It's very good to have you again, have you here. If you if you are a Leo sun, a Leo moon, Leo rising, or have some other significant Leo placement in your chart, this reading may be for you. If you find your sun sign reading doesn't resonate, this one might instead. I did want to take a minute to say thank you to those of you who have been donating to me. I really very much appreciate your donations. They are extremely helpful to me as I kind of do this and a number of other things to try to cobble together a living, so I definitely appreciate that. People who are interested in donating, I do have a PayPal link down in the description box below. And also just wanted to mention to people that I also do what they call transition life coaching. So I will coach people through different transitions in their lives when you are in the gap, maybe between something that is over and then starting something new, or if you're about to embark on something big and new. I do coaching that involves both Vedic and Western astrology, human design. I do include tarot and these kind of readings with it as well. And also, we will incorporate Reiki therapy in some way into that as well. And this is all remote. This is not something where you have to do it in person, although local people can come and work with me in person. So if you are at a space like that and you're interested to see what it is I do and how I do it, please visit liminalreiki.com. That link is also down in the description as well. And if that's something you feel called to do. The way I do these readings, if you're not familiar on this channel, is that I do what they use, called a full horoscope spread. So this is according to the 12 houses of astrology. And I use cartouche cards. That is my the first deck that I use because it's the one that I resonate with the best. I've been using cartouche since August of 1987. So not this exact deck. This is my third one, but I'm very, very familiar and comfortable and have a good rapport with it. So I use that. And then I clarify the cartouche reading with tarot. And this time I am using the Tree of Life tarot. Okay, so one's a little bit, as you can see, it's a little bit more esoteric based on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life and also on astrology and related esoteric symbolism. So then the last thing we're going to do before I close the reading is I will give you a Moonology card for the rest of the year. So this will be your year-end wrap-up. So let's begin at the beginning. Aries energy. Okay. Aries is your personality, how the world sees you, how you want people to see you. This has to do with your identity. And you have Lotus with the Two of Wands. Okay. So Lotus often indicates a need for calming the mind. With Two of Wands, this is a card of dominion. So certainly it seems like people at least perceive you as having everything going for you. Maybe you feel that way about yourself. Maybe you're counting your blessings right now and saying, wow, look at all the things I have. Look at all the resources that I have. Of course, the two is usually at a beginning stage when we are thinking about what our next move is going to be. And there could be some anxiety with Lotus. You may be presenting a face to people that you're calm about something, but oftentimes this shows up when we could stand to have a little relaxation, a little downtime. And I feel like this is almost reminding you to focus on what it is that you have. Because I feel like there's definitely a sense that you have things together or have things under control. And so there may be this need to sort of to calm the mind and to be accepting of the space that you're in right now. Okay. And it's also possible that this is saying that you're already calm. You're already coming across like, yep, I got this. I got everything under control. Everything's good. So take that as it resonates. So, okay. Sorry, I just need to check something there. Okay, our second house, this is Taurus energy, and this has to do with money, possessions, your stuff that you value. And we have, okay, Queen of Swords with Isis. Wow, two very opposite energies there. Because Isis has to do with energy that has to do with nurturing, caring. Could be very motherly energy here with Isis. But Queen of Swords is somebody, the woman who is detached, maybe a bit of a perfectionist, has very high standards, very logical, wants to look at the facts, wants to cut to the chase. So you've definitely got this idea of strong mental energy, and you've got this strong intuitive energy that's associated with Isis with regard to your money. So there may be a need to bring your head and heart together when it comes to your finances, okay? It may be, you may be having intuition about something, you may feel strongly about something in terms of, I don't know, bringing on new debt or spending money on something or investing in something, or even just what you might be doing for money, in terms of a job or something. There seems like there's definitely the idea of feelings and maybe self-care, maybe versus more rational things, like thinking like, well, yes, I'm tired, but I need to work 3 jobs to make sure to pay this off or whatever. Like there could be this idea of, caring for yourself versus trying to be practical and logical about, and detached from any feelings that you might have. I feel like there may actually be a need for you there's going to be a need for you to think about both. Yes, obviously it's important to have money and to make money and to think about things from that perspective, but your own self-care is also part of this equation. So don't neglect yourself in whatever decisions you're making about money. You may be doing things that enable you to work a lot and make a lot of money, but that may not be good for you in the long run in other ways. So anyways, think about that in the second house. Third house is Gemini energy. Okay, Gemini is Mercury energy, and right now Mercury is retrograde. In fact, it is retrograde right through the 1st of January. So there could be problems with electronics. There could be, make sure you back up your data on things. There could be travel problems. There could be communication problems. Messages could either not get through or could be misunderstood. So you have to keep all that in mind. This is a time period for taking things with a grain of salt that you hear, and also with this is a good time to reevaluate things rather than to start new projects or move ahead with things. Okay, so you've got Thoth with the 3 of Pentacles. Now Thoth, generally, there's definitely a thing having to do with timing when Thoth comes up. For some people, if you're in your own business, which is also an element of this house, or this is also the house of siblings, so I don't know, this could have to do with something with a brother-sister relationship. If there's any, like if you have any kind of legal proceedings or something going on, Thoth possibly could have to do with legal proceedings or contracts or things like that. With the 3 of Pentacles, that may be very likely for some of you, or at least there's some kind of a business arrangement that may be coming up. Thoth sometimes also has to do with writing and education, though it's not in the house of higher education, so this might be more like a job training or something like that for some of you. But the 3 of Pentacles, there definitely seems to be this very sense of working with others towards a particular goal that would have to do with work or business of some kind. If that doesn't apply to you, then what we're looking at here is the idea of collaborating with others or building a foundation in some area of your life. It could be a family situation, it could be a work situation, but timing is key here. So even if this ends up having to do with something, a legal matter or something for somebody, or some kind of educational opportunity, I do feel like Thoth here may primarily, at least in the most general sense, have to do with the timing of a particular collaboration. Certainly during Mercury retrograde, this is not the time to sign contracts. Okay, you can look at things, you can evaluate opportunities. Don't sign anything until after January 1st. Okay, if you can avoid it, because that's definitely a better time. But there does seem to be this element of collaboration and working with others. Yeah, this is referred to as the effort card, and it's in the house of self-effort. So definitely seems to be something in the works here. And when the threes come up, it generally involves a third party. Okay, 4th house is Cancer energy, and this has to do with your home, your environment, your family, potentially also the mother. Okay, so you have winged disc with the Five of Wands. Okay, so there could be some family squabbles, or there could be difficulties over your home, over your space. I don't know if you're at the end of a lease and needing to renew a lease. Maybe there's some quarrels about that. It's going to be different for each person. Obviously, those are not going to apply for everybody. But there's definitely this sense of they're quarreling or somebody coming in and meddling in a situation. But Five of Wands, it's not the most serious thing in the world. It's generally more like competitiveness or playful quarreling or bickering, not things that are earth shattering. So I feel like, yeah, taking into account what I said over here in the third house, I think you're better off not allowing yourself to get too involved in this kind of drama, okay? And in fact, with the winged disc, it does seem to indicate that this kind of drama can and will be overcome. So that's good. So if there are little squabbles going on, or people, coming into a situation not wanted, or they don't belong there, the problem will be solved. But I feel like, yeah, you don't want to take some of these things, especially if they're little family things. Sometimes we have these like passive aggressive people in family and stuff like that, and it may have to do with something like that, and it may be just saying like, don't take the bait on something. Okay, this is your house, Leo. This is the fifth house. Creativity, children, love affairs are all elements of this house. Obviously, all three are probably not going to apply, although you never know. So take whichever bit applies to you. Okay, so we have air and the Ten of Cups. Wow. Okay, so if you happen to be a writer and working on a writing project, it's funny that I saw this over here in like the publishing house. Somebody's potentially publishing a book here, because air is definitely about, again, it's about communication, it's about writing. Could be something on social media too, potentially, but this is definitely has to do with a creative project of some kind. And with the Ten of Cups, I mean, wow, this is like getting your wish on something. Sharing something with the community. So this is not just about personal achievement, but something that is shared with others. So I don't know if this has to do with a love affair. If you are interested in somebody who happens to be an air sign or has strong air in their chart, then this might be the sign that if you've been wanting to go out with this person, you may get your wish here with the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups has a strong family vibe to it too. So there could be some kind of a situation involving a child for some people. Which may have to do potentially with travel, or maybe with maybe something they've done, something they've written, something they've achieved, maybe something they've done in school. Or maybe there's going to be a journey to see a child. I don't know. All these things are possible. Nonetheless, there's definitely this vibe of wishes granted and happy family here. So doesn't necessarily have to be both of those things. So yeah, take it as it resonates, but this looks very, very good. Be interested to see what comes up in the ninth house, because that would be another, if this is a publication thing, that would be another place where I would see that. Okay. Sixth house, this is Virgo energy. This has to do with your health, things that perhaps you are worried or anxious about, and it also has to do with employment, jobs. So we have the Four of Wands with Bastet. Okay, so this feels like a stable situation. Four of Wands is a card of stability and completion. Often in some decks, like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, they show there are two, like there's four wands or staves sticking out of the ground that form almost like an 11-11. They're two numbers, and it's almost like a gate that one walks through. But there's definitely a sense of celebration, of accomplishment, and Bastet is very similar in nature to that. This is the happiness card. This is about music, dancing, enjoyment, following your intuition. Give as you wish to receive, that kind of energy. But if there's health issues, Bastet showing up in this house would mean that there could be things of a psychosomatic nature going on, or that it may be that you have, if you have certain health complaints, this may be because of stress. So just keep that in mind. Now you've got two fours here, so the number 4 may be significant with regard to a work situation or the resolution of a worry or a problem. For some of you, this is the house of domestic animals, and that doesn't always jump into my head, but for some of you could be getting a cat, or there could be something involving a cat. So yeah, take that as it resonates, because Bast or Bastet, I say both because both names are used, is a cat goddess. So that's also possibly, see a little kitty cat sitting on top of the sistrum here. So yeah, so that's yeah, see how that applies for you. But that's that is what we're seeing here. Generally, this looks very, very secure. There is definitely this initial level of accomplishment here. Sometimes Four of Wands is a card of marriage for those who are interested in that, but it's not particularly a marriage house, so I haven't been reading it that way. But you know, see what feels good in that one. Okay, now you've got another set of opposites here in the 7th house, which is the house of Libra. This has to do with relationships, more serious partnerships, committed relationships. So marriages, business partnerships that are more formalized, any kind of formal arrangements, or just very significant partnerships that have a higher level of commitment to them. You have Earth and the Moon, okay? So the Moon indicates, that Earth is definitely about being solid, practical. Sometimes this could have to do with a business or financial arrangement, because Earth has to do with money. But the Moon has to do with just the opposite. This is this is strong Taurian energy or Virgo energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This one is very strong Piscean energy. It's like it's Pisces or Cancer, very watery energy. So you've got water and earth here. And as somebody once said to me, who was a psychic I went to a long time ago, said water and earth sometimes can make mud. So I don't know. There could be a situation where, well, it's interesting because where did I see this again? Yeah, in your 2nd house here. I feel like there's this little bit of a war going on with some of you between the head and the heart again. You know, what's practical and what's what I feel, or what is my intuition telling me? So yeah, it seems like you've got some things that you may need to resolve, possibly in relation to some kind of financial partnership, which could, by the way, also be a marriage. This could be a disagreement that you're having with your spouse about something if you're married. And if you are looking for a relationship or a serious relationship, there could be this balancing between feeling and what's practical. Like there's definitely this sense of really wanting us to do something or wanting to engage in something, but thinking about all of the realistic details here. So yeah, I feel like there's this balancing act that's going on right now. Let's go to the 8th house, which is Scorpio energy. This is the house of transformation. So this has to do with, with transformations, birth, death, that kind of stuff. And also with other people's money. And you have Seth here, okay? And you have Seth with Pyramid, okay? When you draw Seth, you always draw a 2nd card. So yeah, there's definitely seems to be the sense that there has been anxiety or obstacles to something. There's been a desire to move ahead, but I feel like maybe you've been hitting a lot of roadblocks, or maybe you've just been very anxious about something. And Pyramid is telling you that wherever you are blocked, it's because you are in a test situation. Pyramid's almost like an initiation of sorts, and especially in the 8th house. There's this sense that you are moving towards something new. So Seth is trying to move you away from a certain way of being or doing. I have a feeling, okay, let's see, what's our other thing? We have Ace of Pentacles here. So Ace of Pentacles here, this is a new situation. This could be a new job opportunity. This could be a new, just new money coming in. This is other people's money. So it could be there's going to be a new source of income that comes from somebody else. I don't know what that means, whether that's a gift, an inheritance, because this is a house of legacies, or whether it has to do with somebody else. You know, again, we're seeing this idea of business partnerships and stuff. Someone else coming in and offering financial support for something. And I feel like with this blocked energy here, I feel feeling that it's this tension between the head and the heart. You know, what feels right to me versus what is practical here. Either how do I balance those two things, or what do I side with? I don't know. And there may be with some of these a reluctance to let something go. So I don't know. And yeah, especially now I look at the home sector as well. Maybe that's what some of the quibbling. Yeah, what that's about over here. I think there might be this sense that you are in a situation where you are, I don't know, whether you still may be undecided about which direction to move with something, and maybe that's causing some tension with some people in your home environment, or maybe even just yourself, where you may be struggling with moving in a new direction. But I don't know. So I guess the way that I want to say this, because it's not particularly saying to me, follow your heart or follow your head. I would say whatever you have been doing up to this point, you're probably going to want to do the opposite. Okay, so if you have just been very this Queen of Swords energy of, well, you know, I just have to do what makes money, I have to do what's practical, whatever, then it's telling you, no, now it's time to follow your heart. If you have been too diffuse, too imaginative, don't have your feet on the ground, then it's telling you to get your feet on the ground, okay? So it'll be different for each one of you, but take it as it resonates. Ninth house, Sagittarius energy. Okay, for those of you who are thinking of publishing, okay, we have the Three of Swords with Sirius. So there's some kind of a break-in situation here. This could have been connected with a long journey because this house has to do with long-distance travel, higher education, religious institutions, philosophy, religion. Maybe some of you have either left school or left some kind of an academic situation, or maybe you've left a particular religion or religious belief, and there could be some, you know, some thinking outside the box that's required here. Sirius is definitely a good card in this house because it has to do with breadth of vision, about thinking about something more broadly, not doing things the same old way. So being this is the house of deep thought, and that this has to do with education and so forth, I don't know. I feel like there's some way you've learned about doing something, something that you recently separated from or broken away from, and right now you may trying to figure out, you know, what is the, you know, again, I feel like there's this sense of working on the best path forward, but I feel like you have a lot of support here. I mean, you've got the Three of Pentacles over here. You've got the Four of Wands over here. I just feel like there's still this tension between the head and the heart, and this could be the source of it. There could have been some kind of a change here, something that's ended or something that's changed or something that's lost, and part of you may be grieving whatever that is that you've lost, but you are now, or there may be some fallout from that separation. I don't know. I mean, that could be why there's quarreling down here again, you know, but there may be something like that. But ultimately, Sirius would say you have the resources to do what it is you need to do. You just may need to look at something from a different perspective or think about it differently. Okay, 10th house. This is Capricorn energy. Your career, your fame, your reputation. Okay, Three of Wands with Scarab. Yeah, what did I say about, you have the Three of Pentacles and you've got the Three of Wands. And then also, yeah, you've got this Ten of Cups down here. Like, wow. There's something you're trying to do, some kind of something you're trying to do or create. And this is, yeah, so with Scarab, with the Three of Wands, definitely a new beginning. I feel like somebody has left a job. The job could have been something that required education or maybe was connected to education or maybe even to publishing for some of you with this 9th house. But there's definitely something new coming in. So yeah, some of you, if you're writers, maybe you broke with one publisher and now you're going to have a great deal with somebody else. This could be, but this could just be a new job, a new collaboration. You've got the Three of Wands here. So to me, this is like being fired up, you know, putting something out to the universe and getting it back. There's definitely movement here, and it's movement in connection with other people. You may be doing something that's kind of your own, in your own business, because you have this Three of Pentacles down in the house of self-effort. So, yeah, there's a lot of threes here. Again, I had this for Cancer's reading as well. And when you have a lot of threes, this is the idea of moving ahead through collaboration, through working with others, through using your connections, using people, not using them, but, you know, but using those connections or making use of what's offered to you. I feel like this is about opportunities that are coming in. And this is going to lead to a very, very positive new beginning here. And the fact that it's directly across from the 4th house here, this is definitely success in something having to do with the home sector, even if there's a little bit of, I don't know, competition or outside unwanted influence there. Okay, 11th house. This is Aquarius energy, and this has to do with your friendships, your social networks, your goals, and your wishes. Okay, you've got Sphinx with the Ace of Cups. All right, interesting. Sphinx often indicates something that's hidden or something that's not being said. So this could be a friend that's holding back from you. This could be you waiting and seeing. Maybe there's certain things you're not telling people, that you're not sharing with your networks, that you're kind of maybe hanging back and keeping to yourself right now. There may be like you feel like you may need to wait and see on something before you move ahead. But you have this Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups could be new love. I mean, you could have a friend who's a secret admirer. I mean, it could be something like that. Who maybe is interested and maybe new love is going to blossom. That may be just a message for certain people. But there also just seems to be this idea, yeah, I mean, Ace of Cups, if it doesn't specifically have to do with love, it would have to do with this new beginning that you are passionate about, that you feel emotionally invigorated by, okay? But I think I think if this is a wish though, I think the Sphinx might be telling you to wait and see on certain things. And I think that's largely because of the retrograde right now. I feel like with Mercury retrograde, again, like I said, don't sign new contracts, don't wait until after the 1st of January. Like there's a sense of waiting. I almost feel like this means you are at the beginning of achieving what it is that you want, but you might just need to wait for the time being. Either that or there's just something, there's just some reason why I think you may feel like you want to hang back right now from certain people and situations. But there definitely seems to be this new beginning that's coming in. Okay, 12th house, Pisces energy. This is what's unconscious, what you might be afraid of, and what you, it's what you don't show to people. If the first house is what you show to people, this is what you don't show to people. And we have the Six of Pentacles with Anubis. Now that's interesting. Six of Pentacles has to do with, almsgiving, I think was the word. It's support. So either you may be giving support either materially or emotionally or some other way to somebody, or somebody else may be supporting you. Maybe there's a fear that you're going to have to support somebody else, or that you're going to have to carry on somebody else's interests or compromise your own. You have it with Anubis. So Anubis, okay, if you are afraid of something, if you are doubtful of your own judgment on something, 12th house Anubis means you are not delusional. That's literally the message of it. You are not delusional. You are being guided on the right track, okay? And yeah, so in this case, the Six of Pentacles could mean that you are getting some kind of support or help, whether it's unconsciously, what people like to call your higher self or your inner voice, or whether or not you are somebody who believes in guides, then perhaps you are being guided by somebody. But there definitely seems to be support here. You may also be worried about whether or not you have support for something new, but you don't need to worry about that. Anubis indicates you are protected, you're home and dry. If there's anybody here who, watching this, who is going through any kind of medical procedure, then Anubis is really good news in the 12th house for everything going well. So, so that's actually a very good sign there. Overall, Leo, you've got fire. I mean, you're a fire element, right? So, yeah, you are inspired right now. You are on fire. You are getting rid of what doesn't work, and you are fired up to do something new, especially with this Two of Wands in the first house. And I got 2 extra cards with this one. Okay, wow. The Eight of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Something has definitely come to an end in your energy. So, yeah, I feel like this is literally both. This is get rid of, kill off, get rid of. I mean, not literally kill somebody, but figuratively speaking, get rid of those things that just are not, part of your life anymore. Whether that means severing relationship ties, whether that means getting rid of a job, whether that means getting rid of a habit, whatever it is that you feel is tying you down, this is coming to an end. And the Eight of Wands means things are going to move ahead, and they are going to move fast. So hang on to yourself. It's a good thing you have all of this great energy right here. Let's do a Moonology card for you. And let's see what we have to finish off this reading for the rest of 2023. Okay. So Leo, message for Leo, please, for the rest of 2023 through January 1. Oh, here we go. Okay, waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. So yeah, whatever it is you're working on, you definitely have this idea of being at the beginning of something, and there may be a lot of uncertainty here about stuff, but you are definitely on the right track. You are headed somewhere. One of you has a book coming out. One of you has a book in you, at least. And other people are starting out in a new business venture. Successful. For some of you, maybe this is related to the home or to homes, something having to do with that. But overall, yeah, I'm just seeing that there's this tension between what is felt and what you feel is practical or what you've learned. Whatever you've always done, you want to do the opposite right now. Yeah, actually, you've got Ace of Pentacles over here too. Just right now, like I said, you may be hitting the wall with certain things. There may be still certain stuff that needs to be resolved, but it's just a challenge. You're going to get through it. It's like that Five of Wands, you know, it's just a challenge. In fact, challenges may come from family, okay? That is possibly the place where you're going to get pushback from people. But no, just it is time for you to move in a new direction. And you will have the support. If you don't feel like it's necessarily coming from family, it will definitely be coming from friends. So, yeah, or from your other networks. So that's it for this, actually for the rest of this year for you, Leo. So I hope that you have a wonderful winter holiday and New Year. Again, if you're not a subscriber to this channel and you find that this video is helpful, please consider subscribing and leave me a like and a comment. And all of you have a great, blessed New Year, and we'll see you in January.